Oh yeah, this is gonna be awesome. We got a brand new set of awesome mystery figures over from Nick Asia that we are gonna be adding to the collection today, and they are all Garfield themed. For those of you guys who don't know, I absolutely love Garfield. I've done several Garfield videos on this channel. In fact, I've even went to Garfield's real life hometown, Muncie, Indiana, and traveled all over the town to find all the Garfield statues. So with that being said, I take great pleasure in telling you today also our special guest is Garfield the freaking cat.
Yoo-hoo. Hello.
For those of you guys who don't know, this is also on brand with the channel. This is Nickelodeon because Garfield is actually an official Nickelodeon character these days. Although the show I grew up with was not on Nickelodeon, he is now a part of a Nickelodeon family and a friend of the channel. When you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders, friend will always be there to give you a lift. Friends will be there whether you want them or not. Friends are forever. Garfield, how'd you like that?
I know where you live.
Wow. But let's go ahead and get straight into this. All right, let's do it. These are some big figures too. To be honest, I saw that there was like 6 different ones. I think there's also a chase one to collect. And I was like, man, there's gotta be like 8 in this box. So maybe, you know, your likelihood of getting the full set would be possible. But these are absolutely massive. The camera does not do justice how big these things actually are. Like comparing it to a VHS, like this thing is huge. So let's go ahead and start here with our first one. Let's see what we got here. Oh man, I can already tell I'm gonna love these. It is a full-size terrarium, guys. Like I was thinking it was gonna be like those Pokemon remit figures, but the Pokeballs are like that big. This is like bigger than a softball. Okay, so there's all of our Garfield pieces inside there. Let's go ahead and get it all out. Oh yes, this is gonna be great. We got the silica packets, a little snack for later. Joking. We've got the Garfield figure here, him kind of laying back there licking his chops. We have an umbrella here. Look at the quality on that. The translucent almost looks like it's some kind of like latex or like spandex material, but it's just really well done and translucent. And then we have the base here that he's gonna go on, and then his little freaking so precious. That's so adorable. This little Garfield food bowl with the classic cat portion of fish. I don't know what it is about cartoons, but they always give them just the head and the tail. I suppose because like usually people don't eat that, but has anybody actually ever given their cat like that that kind of a fish before? This seems kind of dangerous. I don't even give my dog like an actual bone, like chicken bone or steak bone, because I'm worried he's gonna break it into pieces and then swallow them. But maybe cats are just smarter, you know?
Even you're not that stupid.
All right, so let's go ahead and do this. So the base is like leveled, so it sits flat, and then on the bottom even it has all these concrete like earth looking squares, so even from the bottom it looks okay. We're gonna install this umbrella just like so. And then where does Garfield go though? Okay, so there's a little spot in his back you can actually mount him in there. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Okay, so that's why the scrap looks like that, because Garfield's already eaten the best part of it, and he's, of course, he only eats the best part of the fish. Typically those cat scraps are for like alley cats, you know, stray cats that are out there just surviving. Garfield, of course, leaves the parts that only a human would leave. So the bowl sits next to him. He's got his little umbrella and he's licking on his teeth, picking his teeth with his claws while lounging under the umbrella. That is perfect. So then we take this figure and we drop it inside of the terrarium just like that, and we can put the lid on. And boom, we have this awesome encapsulative Garfield moment here. That is really freaking cool. And like, it's really sturdy in there too. So it looks great on display. And if you want to get a better look at it, you can always open it up. I mean, you could also display it just like this too. But it is cool because you don't have to worry about it collecting dust, you know, and you can just wipe the top of this off really easily. But the size of these is unreal. Like, I wish that the camera, I could show you something from perspective. Like in comparison to like a CD, for example, it's like the same size as a CD. So like, think about how big that is, but like spherical in your hand. Spherical! All right, we're one figure in, Garfield. How you liking it so far?
He looks like a porcupine watching a horror movie.
All right, so let's check out our second one. Let's go ahead and do it. Okay, so this one comes with a full-blown couch inside of it. Oh no, it looks like one part maybe did break though. So we have Garfield's little recliner chair here, and there was supposed to be a flower that kind of like stayed on the back of the chair here, but it looks like it might have broken off. Like you can see where it attaches. So that's a little unfortunate, but hopefully it doesn't really like affect the design too much. And if you look at the chair, there's actually like a little butt groove there from Garfield sitting on it. So we can put him inside of there. And thankfully, he kind of covers up like where that plant was supposed to be. So it's not super noticeable, but hopefully that's not a common thing and just mine that happened on. Because everything is so detailed. If they would have just made that flower piece like a separate piece, you could have taken off and then added on. That would have been a little bit safer. But let's go ahead. So this goes onto the base here. There we go. Just like so. Like just that is kind of sick. And then we have his little table stand there. And then you just put Garfield right there, sitting with his legs reclining up in the recliner. And boom, you got him sitting there watching TV. I love that so much. You know, this is such a nice little piece to put like in your living room, somewhere on a shelf, maybe by your TV. And you can kind of cozy up with Garfield and watch some movies. And the bottom of his feet are so realistic. His paws like have a separate little like paw section, you know, for his footprints. And the back of them are like actually like his, you know, his weird cat knees.
That is just flat out intolerable.
I never noticed that he has regular cat's like paws there, and then the back of his feet are like the, you know, like that weird elbow of a cat or dog like body, like their elbows are like kind of like this, you know, and it's kind of like turns in. I've always just thought that was his whole foot, but that's actually the arch right there of his like his cat elbow. But let's go ahead and set this in the base. Okay, so there we go. He is encapsulated in here. It's like these little snapshot moments, like these little worlds that are self-contained with like Garfield moments. That's just so sweet. So there we go. Garfield is all inside there right now, and I'm gonna clean these off too so I don't have so many fingerprints and stuff on there. But this little tiny world of Garfield here, him relaxing on the couch. So now we've got two of them in the collection here. Let's go ahead and do some more. And it's so unique too. Like we open up so many figures here on this channel. I love when they do unique stuff, whether it be like they're dissectables and you can see like half of their body, they're like babies, just extremely detailed. Whenever they have a theming, I always like them a bit more. So seeing Garfield done in a way I've never seen him at least done before is really refreshing. All right, next one up, let's take a look. What do we have? It is, ooh, this one's got, oh my gosh, that is so cool. We have a like classic looking Garfield. They actually made him like super chunky, old school looking Garfield there. He's got this really cool like transparent looking fan. He's got the Garfield rug, and he's even got a TV on there watching the Garfield and Friends show with John Arbuckle on there on the TV. Probably in that scene, he is actively not persuading some girl to go on a date with him, but he's trying his best. We get you, John. We feel you. It's all right. John is the everyman, you know? He's got Garfield at home waiting, so that's all that matters. But the details are so well done. And like, you know, they could have went with like a modern like flat screen or something, but because they're representing the era that Garfield came from, like the 70s, 80s, that's the style of TVs they had back then. And it's also even better because they're representing the more chunky old school Garfield here. Like he does have a little stylistic modern touch to him that makes him really cute, but he's definitely in the position and the body style is very old school Garfield-esque. And I'm interested to see how this works. And they pulled off that like comic strip, cartoon style fan so well. Like this looks like a straight piece by Jim Davis of a fan. It is beautiful. I could see this end up being my favorite one. I don't even know what they all look like quite yet, but I feel like this is gonna be the one for me. So you have the carpet right there. The fan goes here. Oh, and then the TV goes on the carpet, and then you put Garfield on the TV. There we have it. And he's got like his paws wrapped around it, so he's actually on there sturdy enough. I mean, he's not like stuck on there, but I mean, like it's taking me a bit of rocking to get it like moving anywhere. Yeah, I gotta say, without a doubt, that is my favorite one ever. He is so cool, dude. The fan looks so good. The TV, him resting up on it, the Garfield rug, like you couldn't have made this one any better. That is perfect. So let me carefully put him back in his sphere here now. And I think that the sphere is gonna like cradle that whole thing a bit better. Yes, as I suspected. So it's a little bit easier to hold and kind of move around. But this one you can't really shake around or like move too much like some of the other ones because the TV nor our Garfield like fixed in there. If I had any like complaint, it would be that like maybe they could have like put some like plugs on the bottom of these just so you don't have to worry about them moving too much. But what's kind of cool though is that you could put Garfield, like this little Garfield, on the edge of a shelf somewhere or, you know, on a book in your collection really easily. Like you can move the pieces around, so that's good. But let's go ahead and put a lid on this guy. But there we go. He is in the sphere, and I gotta say that's my favorite one so far. I'm giving that one a 9 out of 10 just because I wish that it was easier to like not have to worry about it falling. But I mean, honestly, it's not that bad. Like it took a lot to get that to fall over. So if you just keep it on your shelf, you're not gonna have any issues with it moving. All right, so we've got 3 and growing. Let's see what we got here on the next one. All right, so let's take a look. Oh man, now that one's gonna be, it's gonna be hard to pick. They gave him a little thought bubble donut. Okay, so this is, oh my gosh, and the moon looks so good. So there is Garfield sleeping here. They gave him a little donut like thought bubble, classic comic book style. His little freaking bum here. He's got like an actual like window light. This full size like moon piece. And then of course the base. So let's go ahead and set this up. So the moon is gonna be set up like that. Okay, so there's our moon. The light, I think actually is going here. It's kind of like Garfield is sleeping on the roof or like on the window seal. So you have the outside street light, but then the moon in the background of it. And then we've got Garfield and he sits right here. Oh my goodness. How did they do this? This is like the freaking Moonbryon card, but for Garfield. This is the official moon field. He literally is resting right by the moon. So, but if you look, he's also imagining a donut in his sleep. And I think it's because he's seeing the moon and thinking about it as if it's a donut that's gotten a bite taken out of it, possibly and most likely by him. On so many levels, this is amazing. Now I don't know. Do I like this one or the TV one more? You guys let me know which one you think is the cutest. I think I'm gonna go with the sleeping Garfield. Oh man, that is a tough choice though. But man, the only thing about ordering stuff from Nick Asia is that it comes from such a far away. Shipping can be rough. So the little dome that he came in is broken. Like this part's fine, but the top part of the dome like completely snapped. I mean, I might be able to glue this back together, but it's very unfortunate that it came like this. Yeah, I can fix that fairly easily, but it's always gonna have like a crack in it, you know, which kind of sucks, but at least I can close it up. What I'll probably do is take the lid from my least favorite one and put that one on this one because I love this one so much, and then use this cracked lid on like a lesser favorited one. So for right now, my lesser favorited one is the Garfield one with a little broken flower because it's already kind of broken. Let's just go ahead and let it get broken all the way. We'll give that one the broken lid here. And that's like, you know, I've ordered a lot of stuff from Nick Asia, and more than often than not, everything is fine, but you do run the risk of sometimes them not really shipping it the best way possible, or it just getting damaged because there's so many people handling it along the way. Okay, so there he is inside of his sphere here. Perfect. He's nice and protected. Nothing can fall on him. No dust can collect. It's just its own little world there. I don't know. I keep getting topped. Every time I think, I'm like, oh yeah, nothing's gonna beat that one. Another one comes out and beats it. It's kind of gotten like from best to worst. I mean, they've all been amazing though, but I think like the last 2 were just really freaking good. What do we have here? Okay, so it looks like it's Garfield's like outside, and he's got like the 70s style like sunglasses on, you can see there. So if I think about it, Garfield, you're like, if you were started in 79, that would make you like 44 years old, right? Or something like that, maybe older, or maybe a little younger. You're getting old, man. In cat years, that must be like 300-400 years old. I don't even know.
Well, looks like I'm gonna have to cause some trouble.
Oh man, I was like, okay, it's kind of cool, but it just got a little better. Okay, so here's how it goes. We have the base there. You got this little flower pot here, and then you've got Garfield here kind of like leaning forward, looking at something. You might be wondering, like, what is he looking at, like peeping game so hard on? And it's a little pet goldfish, so he's trying to peer through the glass to see, you know, if he could turn that goldfish into a little snack. You know, usually Garfield didn't want to eat the fish necessarily. It was always that he imagined it like this big, like, cut open salmon with lemons and lobster and all of these garlands. Like, imagine it as like this feast, essentially. I still think the sleeping Garfield's my favorite, but I do really like this one too. And I love that they gave him the 70s style sunglasses. All right, now he's going in his base there, and I just gotta say, like, I hope that this is just a taste of what we have to come. You know, I really want Garfield to be kind of like Spongebob for Nickelodeon, where they just release like a crazy amount of product, because I will be here for it. We've gotten a few different mini-series already, but I hope we just continue to get more. We've gotten those Nickelodeon slime figures that we showed in the Target video. We were never able to find them, but it was basically Garfield, Spongebob, and TMNT. I think that those three alone are such solid characters that they could hold a brand down for years to come. So they better never lose the licensing of Garfield, because man, I think he could truly be a legacy character for Nickelodeon, and I would love to see them really double down with Garfield merchandise in the way they have with SpongeBob and TMNT. And I've already seen a little bit of it, but I'm talking even more. And I think it's gonna keep going. We have the Garfield sequel movie coming out soon. I think it's just a matter of time before we get more and more cool stuff coming from them. All right, our last one here. What do we got? Let's take a look. We got, ooh, this one looks interesting. Is it Garfield taking a bath? Oh, it's Garfield avoiding a bath. So let's take a look here. We have our base. Then we have our little cat shower here that says Garfield on it. And then we've got our shower curtain. And then you put the Garfield on the curtain, and there he goes. I love this so much. Garfield is the future version of me that I wish I can become. Just somebody so nonchalant, doesn't care, just takes pride in it. Like, you know, most cats are afraid, you know, getting in the water. They're stressed out, worried. His face just says, yes, I'm basking in this moment of just making John's life absolutely as difficult as I possibly can. Just accepts every part of himself. That is amazing. That is my second favorite one. I think my favorite two now are going to be these two. They are all fantastic, but these two are just really freaking cute. It's like both sides of the duality of Garfield. The cute, chunky, squishable, lovable Garfield, and the absolute menace of a cat that Garfield can be. So these are perfect. Those two are the best ones in my opinion. You guys let me know what was your favorite one that you guys saw today though. They're all fantastic. Big shout out to Nickelodeon over at Nick Asia for producing this stuff over here. My only complaint is, like, it's not on Nickelodeon's fault, because this is just the company that manufactured them's fault, for like, or whoever shipped them's fault. Like, you know, if the shipping would have been a little bit better, to where I didn't get this cracked one, you know, but at least it was only one of them. But I feel like that's, you know, more than enough to complain a little bit. But still, in terms of everything, you know, there's no brand out there right now that is doing anything like this in America in terms of Garfield. All of the stuff that we've been getting for the Garfield figurines have been from Asia, whether it was Pop Mart, Mighty Jack's, or in this case, I believe the brand is Media Link. So please just keep more of this stuff coming. And if you guys want to see more Garfield content, make sure you guys go check out the video where I went, like I said, to Muncie, Indiana. If you guys love Garfield, you will love this video. I will be linking it here at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that, and you can go check out that video. I went to the hometown of Garfield, went to the visiting center, got to meet Garfield, and we went all over his hometown looking for his statues. But if you guys want to support this show further, make sure you guys go check out the Patreon down below. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here. When you do sign up for that Patreon, you can sign up for only $2 right now. You get extended versions of every single video, early release, and ad-free. Plus, if you check out the other tiers, I also have additional content, including bonus series, like a Let's Play series, as well as a Watch With Me SpongeBob series that are available over there. So you get some exclusive content as well, and you get invited to our Discord where you get to hang out and talk to me me and other members of the Rep Pack 24/7. Another way to support is by checking out my Whatnot stream if you use my link in the description. When you sign up, you get $15 for free towards your first pickup. I do live auctions over there Wednesdays and Friday every single week. We have a great time, and I do giveaways of stuff all the time too, and I would love to have you over there. So make sure you check out that link down below. But before we go anywhere, you know the drill. Scan it! Okay, and the Garfield I put right here on top of the CRT TV that I just added in the bedroom. He's only one little guy here, but I want to leave room because I'm sure there's some other stuff that's going to go up here eventually. But he's a nice little piece to inspire me to relax, take a chill, unload, and watch some cartoons or whatever it is I want to watch in the CRT. Okay, so that is the end of this one. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Patreon, Whatnot, all that information is down below. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video, and check out this video. Again, this is the video where I went to Garfield's hometown. I know you're gonna love it. If you love Garfield, you're gonna want to see this one. Go check it out. I'll see you guys over there. And as always, a Rat Pack, I'll see you beautiful people in the next video. Adios and bloop!